Uh, yeah. Today's a new day, so let's do right. You got one life, so try to be nice. It only takes a minute if you wanna make a difference. Be smart, do your part. Come on, y'all, change your change your what? Remix. Change your heart. Today's a special. I'm not doing really no talking today. A little bit. Come recorded. I'm doing an interview of my mother and my wife, two of the most wonderful women I know. And this is a Mother's Day special, represent Team Pink, breast cancer plus women, of course, pink, yeah. So this is special, and I'm doing this, like I said, to honor my wife and to honor my mom for Mother's Day. It's not about me. Show some love to them. Enjoy the video. God bless you. I'll see you next week. Acknowledge your masterpiece. A.Y.M Ministries. You know how we do. This is a mother story. Of course, the books I read last week was Galatians and I'm number 8. Next week, I'll be reading some very interesting books. One book, of course, I'm going back to the Old Testament, reading 2 Samuel. But the other book is called In a Pit with a Lion on a Snowy Day. How to Survive and Thrive when Opportunity Roars. All right, like I said, it's not about me, it's about, them. So love you. Enjoy their interviews. See you later. Welcome to Acknowledge Your Masterpiece, aka A.Y.M Ministries. Here I have my beautiful wife to give her story. A story from her. Listen and enjoy. Question number 1. What is your name?
Jessica.
Your whole name, please.
Jessica Chantal Hanani McKinnon.
And where are you from?
Hawaii.
Okay. How old are you?
Don't want to say, but I'm 30.
All right. How many kids do you have?
2 boys.
All right. And what's their names?
Omari and Tobias.
And do you plan on having kids in the future?
I would like a girl.
Okay. Do all of your kids have the same father?
Yes.
All right. At what age did you have your first kid?
21.
Were you married when you had your first kid?
I was not.
Okay. Did you stay at home with your kids or did you work?
I stayed at home.
With both of them?
Just for the first 3 years for my oldest. And for the first 6 weeks with my youngest.
Okay. Did you ever have to deal with a miscarriage or abortion?
Neither.
Okay. What one word would you use to describe each child?
Omari, I would say he's unique. And
Okay.
Tobias, I would say he's wild.
I agree. All right. Next question. Where did you get the most help in training when it came to raising your children?
For Omari, I got the most help from the military. When I was in the military, I had a nurse come to visit the house. I wish I remembered her name, but I don't. But she would come over, teach me everything that I needed to know, the milestones that Omari needed to check off for the age that he was in. I learned majority from her. And with Tobias, kind of going off of how it was with Omari.
Okay. What sacrifices would you say come with ensuring your children have the best life possible?
Well, diapers aren't cheap. Neither are wipes. So I found myself at times saying no to the things that I wanted just to make sure that they had the necessities. And I told myself that I would make sure they at least had the necessities.
Okay. What is the most challenging part of being a mother?
Knowing that someone's counting on you, even when you feel like giving up yourself, you don't, because you have I have 2 little ones counting on me.
Yeah, I respect that. That's so true. And what is something you would tell others to help them when it comes to raising their children?
You may not always get it right, or you may not feel like you're checking all the boxes as far as being a good parent, and you hear advice from everyone around you. Just just do your best. I would say just do your best, because that's all that we all can do. We can just try to do, if you're doing the right thing for your child, and I mean, I think that's enough.
Right, I agree with that. What did you learn about life now that you wish you knew before you start having children?
I would say how traumatic it is for everybody. I wish I would have known.
Okay. And why would you say Mother's Day is special to you?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, okay. And last question. Is there anything you would like to say to the YouTube folks?
um, Subscribe to my husband's channel.
Hey, this is our channel. So subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe to our channel.
That's right. Acknowledge your masterpiece. Thank you, Jessica, for your time. We appreciate you. You're beautiful. And, I'm going to probably get a couple more subscribers just because they want to look at your face, or at least a couple more likes. But all right, we out. Thanks for joining us today. Peace. All right, welcome to Acknowledge Your Masterpiece, aka A.Y.M Ministries. Here is my mother, and she's going to give her story. All right, question number one. What is your name?
Juanita McKinnon.
Where are you from?
I'm from Fort Sill, Oklahoma, but I reside not here in North Carolina.
And how old are you?
I'm 54 years old.
All right. How many kids do you have?
I have 4 sons.
And their names?
My oldest son name is Albert Lee McKinnon Jr. My second to the oldest is D'Angelo DeMac McKinnon. The third to the oldest is Nashiman DeMon McKinnon. And my last son, the fourth son, is DeJuan DeMac McKinnon.
Do you have any desires to have any kids for the future?
No.
Okay. Do all of your kids have the same father?
Yes.
At what age did you have your first kid?
I had my first child at 17 years old.
Were you married when you had your first kid?
No, I was not.
Did you stay at home with your kids or did you work?
I worked.
All of them? All the
Yes.
kids you work? Okay. And what did you learn about life that you wish you knew now before you start having children?
To have gotten my education first, because that was important to me to get an education. During my life, I have always wanted to be a school teacher, so that's what I had planned to do, to go to college. As soon as I graduated in 1982, I had planned to go to college. I did enroll in college at Fort there, but I didn't proceed it because my children was more important to me than school right then, at that time.
Okay. Did you ever deal with an abortion or a miscarriage?
Yes, I did have one miscarriage.
Okay, tell me about it.
Well, doing that miscarriage, I didn't realize I had miscarriage. I'm not going to say where, but it happened. After it happened, I just went on to the hospital, and that's when I found out that it was a miscarriage, because I wasn't for sure what it was, what had happened to me. But they confirmed it through what have you, the information I gave them and through the testing of my blood. And they began to share with me that I was pregnant when I got to the hospital. And like, no way I could be pregnant. But long story short, you can get pregnant if you have sex. Praise God. So that's what happened with me.
Okay.
And so that once I found that out, then I begin to pray, because that's what I do when I'm going through something. I begin to ask God to help me deal with it and what have you. So I just begin to pray and ask God to give my husband peace, because he was, and my sons, they was just like, what in the world didn't happen? They probably didn't understand it, but as I told them, God got me. I said, and what I did, I asked God for peace. I said, Lord, I know this happened to me. I said, just give me everything. You're able to give me the peace that I need in reference to what just happened with me. So that it wasn't God's will for me to have another child, and I have to accept that from God, because God knows best for my life that He's given to me. So I just left it all in His hands, and He did give me the peace that I need.
Okay, thank you for sharing. What one word would you use to describe each of your children? You can start with the
Love.
oldest.
Albert,
Uh huh.
I don't know. All my sons, I have no favorites. People be like, your favorite son? I don't have a favorite son. I love all my sons the same. But I've learned through the lifetime having my sons, that they're all different. God created them all different, and believe me, they all different. But at the same time, love, love. I always wanted more, but it's okay. I love my sons. I love my sons where people think that I don't love them, but I love my sons. I love my sons unconditionally. The love that I have for my son is probably different from other mothers, because most mothers probably have a favorite, but I don't have a favorite son. I love all my sons the same, and I try to treat them all the same. In reference to showing that I love them, that's what I mean by the same.
Right.
Yeah, I have no picks. They all my picks.
Okay, but if you can give a specific word for say your oldest son, what would it be?
Well, Albert, he's more like me in a way. And reason why I say that, because I guess he kind of experienced anger, and I myself had a lot of anger in me when I had Albert. So that rubbed off onto Albert through his life, and he probably don't realize why he be so angry at times, but I know why, and I shared it with him, that because I was angry when I was pregnant with him, and a lot of women need to realize that when you're pregnant, try to have as much as love as possible as you can in your heart, because that anger came from a life that I grew up with. That's where it came from. I didn't know how to handle it. That's because I watched my mom get abused, and I took it into my marriage. And so when I got pregnant with my first son, Albert, the anger that I had in me went into him as well, into the seed of him, what have you. And for D'Angelo, he's he was one of my sons that I didn't realize this until we had a home friendship group in the home, and they began to ask a question about something about the mother and the father, what have you. So he shared with the group that I was never there for him. And to say, I'm just going to back up a little bit, I worked. I've been working all my life since I was 15 years old, and I worked. And I worked that even when I got married, I worked, and I let my husband know what we have to do as one to make sure our family eat, food stayed on the table, lights wouldn't get cut off. I did what I needed to do. So sometime during my life, after I had D'Angelo and everything, they grew up, I was working all the time. I worked all the time. But he shared that with me, and I had to receive that I was not there for him. But he's my son that I know now, it really affected him. And through that effect, even though it affected him, it also helped him to understand about life as he got older and began to have a family. He shared, he began to share, Mama, understand now why you worked the way you did. And so he works the same way now. But he knows why. Because you have to take care of family. You cannot take care of family if you're not working. As the word of God said, a man don't work, a man don't eat. But with this, in reference to D'Angelo, that's why he's the way he is now. But he understands now, and he let me know that. And so I accepted. Even the day he said it, kind of like bothered me in my heart. But I was like, you know what? If he said it bothered him, and I wasn't there for it, then I wasn't there for him. But at that moment, I apologized to him. I can't take back the way he felt, but it was what it was.
So you would say hard worker.
I was.
Okay.
Very much so.
For your son too, D'Angelo.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what about your next son?
For Nasheeman.
What word would you use for him?
My child that taught me something.
That's a lot of words.
Well, to make it short, that he was very different. But he was different in reference to teaching me something through that, him being so different. He was one of my children that he was always happy. He was always joyful, always playful. I mean, sometimes was too playful, and I didn't really understand it then as I did now, but I had to call my mom and ask her, Mama, I just don't understand. He's always happy. Nothing wrong with being happy, but I said, he plays so much. He plays it so much, and I just don't understand it, Mama. So my mom began to show me, thank God for the joy that he has. Now, she may have so much joy in his heart. And he shows it. He laughs, he plays, he jokes, and that's a good thing. See, for me, I think it bothers me so much because I was a very serious person all my life. But I've learned within God transformed me and still working in me that it's okay to be the way my son was. And my mom had to help me with that, because I was like, what is going on here? But me being young, having kids, I had a lot to learn, but I learned from my son Nasheem, it's okay to have the joy. It's okay to laugh and play and joke around. It's okay. Everybody needs people like my son Nasheem, joyful, happy. You know, he brings. It's saying if I like my left arm needs my right arm, so I needed my son to help me in that area to understand why he was that kind of person. But he's like that now, and I thank God for him.
You only saying that because I'm doing the video.
Oh, that's not true.
I'm
That's
messing.
true.
Hey, I had to use joyful. All right, and your last son, what word would you use for him?
He's like his he's like his dad.
So, what word could we use for that?
He's his daddy's child.
Daddy's child. All right, daddy's child.
He's his daddy's
with
child.
a hyphen. All right.
If a man could have a child, I feel he had that one.
Okay.
That son of mine, because he's so much like his daddy, looks like his daddy, so much like his daddy, he act like his daddy. He's
Yeah, a jump shot like his daddy.
Yeah, he's good at basketball. The sports person. He loved basketball. You know,
Yeah.
They all love basketball and sports, but the one I think he's young and his life can change in reference to what is going on. He's going, and he's just striving to do just that to finish college. And I'm so proud of the one, just like all of my sons. But he's gone through some things. You know, they all lost someone close to them, their dad, and I understand. I found out about the one even recently that he can't deal with a person that's sick in a hospital. Yeah. To God be the glory. But for all of my sons, that God would open their minds up to who He is, and everything that they need is in the Word of God. All they gotta do is ask Him.
Okay. Where did you get the most help and training from when it came to raising your children, other than their father? Like, who helped you along the way?
Just because that I really kind of did it on my own.
Okay.
Because for one thing, I love children. From when I was a little girl, I used to babysit my sister's kids when they go out and party and stuff. I was the babysitter. I was a personal homebody, what have you. They can call me whatever they wanted to call me. I didn't care. I love children. So I learned a lot from that. And then I guess just, watching TV, and then through my family, just how they treated their kids and took care of their kids or whatever. I don't know where it came from with me learning as much as I did about children, but it was in my heart. So during the time when I first got married, the first thing I did was child care in my home at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Fort Bragg, California was the post there, and so that's what I did there, and it started from there, and I've been doing over 30-something years. But
wow,
retirement time is here.
Right, I hear that.
Yeah.
So why is Mother's Day special to you?
No disrespect to the mothers, but for me, it's about my sons. Me having my sons, how special those 4 times that I was pregnant was so special to me. And even like now, I even think they probably get offended. My mom always called me baby, but there will always be my babies. And and I love them just that much. I love each and every one of them the same. And if I can have them again, I would do it all over again. Yeah.
All right. And the last question. Is there anything you would like to say to the YouTube channel?
Yeah. Mother's Day is a special day. But Mother's Day is just not, May the 7th or whatever, the 10th or whatever date Mother's Day is on. Mother's Day is every day. If you didn't have a child, you lost a child, Mother's Day is every day. Not just the day that was set aside on the calendar. Mother's Day is every day. So if you have a mother, show her love. Any kind of way you can, show her love. She may say some things in reference to, I would say, that her love language as a mother. Listen to your mother. You only have one mother. You can say somebody else can be your mother, it's okay, but you're only going to have one mother, and that's the mother that birthed you. Or either, per se, if you can't have children, you adopted, you're still a mother. However you look at it, you're still a mother. So if you are a mother, let your children know at all times how much you love them. And me, I be calling moms every day. Twice a day sometimes.
Texting,
FaceTime, I do whatever. And a lot of times they're like, wonder why she FaceTime me. I like to see my sons. I like to see my babies.
Yeah.
I like to see them. So that's why I do. No disrespect to them because I'm telling them what they're doing, but I really don't be caring. And that's just how I feel as a mother. I want to see my son's face.
Right.
I hear their voice. I want to see them and hear them. Yeah, so, but Mother's Day is every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So treat your mothers like it's the last day on earth to say, because every day is not promised to us in this world. So if you have a mother, stepmother, godmother, let them know how much you love them. It ain't always got to be about gifts. The word I love you is more than enough. Because sometimes you may not have no money. So then what you going to do? Well, never miss out. Let somebody know you love them, your family, your children, your grandchildren.
Thank you, Mom.
Oh, you're
I
welcome,
appreciate
Dash.
this. Thank you all for watching. This is my mom, Mother's Day special. Wonderful woman. I love her to death. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.